Constable Sphesihle Cele has been laid to rest in Emakhosini outside Ulundi on the northern part of KwaZulu-Natal. Cele died in the line of duty last week, Thursday, when him and his team members attended to a complaint at a tavern in Empangeni. Speaking at the funeral, Police Minister Bheki Cele said if criminals act tough, men in blue should respond with the same force. This as police killings are on the rise. For more on this, let's go to our reporter Ntando Mnyandu, who joins us live from where that funeral has been taking place. Ntando, good afternoon to you. What has the police minister had to say there addressing the mourners?
Well, good afternoon to you, Kenneth, and our viewers at home. You know, it's been a somber day, especially for the men in blue here in Emakhosini, just outside Ulundi in the northern part of KwaZulu-Natal. You would know that earlier on in the week, another sergeant was killed at the pavilion in Durban, you know, during a robbery at a jewelry shop. Now, Constable Sphesihle Cele also died in the line of duty, you know, which brings up the number of police officers who are slain whilst they are trying to protect this nation. As police are waging a war against criminals, it would seem criminals are also waging the war against the men in blue. So Police Minister Bheki Cele, when he addressed the funeral, he said if criminals act tough on them, they should equally act tough on them as well. But joining us now is the Minister of Police in the country, General Bheki Cele. Thank you very much. It's not a nice feeling to lay to rest one of your members who died in the line of duty, Minister.
It's not just that. If you think of this financial year, having given two segments of the crime stats, almost we have lost about 74 members in 6 months since it started. But this weekend, as we are here bearing the 26-year-old Constable Cele, the National Commissioners in Mpumalanga with the Deputy Minister bearing another young member that was killed in Tembisa. As you have said, Sergeant Adams was buried on Tuesday. If it were not for his religion, he would be buried this weekend. Next week we'll be burying Captain that died in Eastern Cape. It's tough. It's telling to us, but it's telling to members. I think the call that was made both by the Deputy National Commissioner and Mfundisi Mahlangu and myself to say, communities, can they come on the side of the police? These are your brothers, these are your sisters, these are your fathers, these are your boyfriends and husbands. You're not going to tell me that these things happened without the members of community knowing who are these people. Fortunately, who has killed this one, the police responded and he was killed on the field. They were responding to the trouble or some problem in Shibin, where instead of towing the line and doing the right thing, they decided to fight. But the guy that killed this young 26-year-old police was wanted, was on the warrant. So which means these criminals are daring, these criminals that are taking on the police. By taking on the police, then just taking on the state. So it is important that police get tougher, but they also get technically aware around them. They need to support one another. They need to cover one another as they move towards this thing, because very clear the availability of these illegal firearms should tell the members of the South African Police Service and law enforcement that whenever you approach the crime scene, you must understand that those people are armed in whatever sort, in whatever way they are, and you respond as such.
We've just seen you addressing the police parade a moment ago. Obviously, this would leave most police members distraught, not afraid, but distraught, because it's hard to lose a partner that you work with. What becomes your immediate words of support and encouragement as an onslaught to police seems to be on the rise, Minister?
Especially when you lose somebody that seems to be very progressive and you think is going to fight. He's 26. He's got a degree and honors already. Besides that, he's a police, trained police and all that. It's a specialized POP. At 26, it tells you that you was going very far. We're told that very responsive at home. He was building and enlarging the house for the family. What we can't forget, by the way, his father, who was a police, died on the similar way, killed in Tembisa, where the police that is buried by the National Commissioner today also died in Tembisa. The members, they understand. As you come to this job, they understand. Yes, as it happens, it always takes us aback. We always get in the kind of being reminded what is happening. But as I've said, as I was speaking to them, and here in funeral, they are trying to scare us. They say things, they do things. I think they are in for it, because we're not going to go scared. We're not going to take any form of step back. If we do, and they will allow them to run over us, the next target would be community. Can you imagine? If they scare all this police and they finish all the police, what will they do to the community? The communities are the last buffer between criminality and their safety. So the call on all of us who are working for this organization, let's stand firm, let's stand with the community, but also ourselves, we must make friends with the community, which means those bad elements among the police, as I've said there, they must get out of the police. We shouldn't keep those rotten apples. And those that are good, they must report, and the management and all of us, we must act decisively with those that they want to shame this uniform and shame their colleagues.
Finally, Minister, you are on record saying that whenever an incident is reported, be it a cash and transit heist, be it a robbery, be it any sort of crime, someone from KwaZulu would be there. You are also on record saying that if they come with force, police must respond in force. In KwaZulu-Natal, we've seen that you released the statistics saying that there is a slight drop in terms of crimes. Are you concerned about KZN and what becomes your immediate response?
Well, I'm concerned about 4 provinces that they give us a very bad name when it comes to crime. I think there are 4 provinces here. This one, KZN, Gauteng, Western Cape. Eastern Cape comes in and goes out. But altogether, they give up us 83% of the crime in the Republic of South Africa, which means we need to deal with those provinces. Violent crime, even if you look at the statistics, the mass killings, most mass killings are in this province. But also worryingly, when you find that there is somebody that has been killed or crime committed with violence, you will find a person that comes from this province. Whether a lawyer is killed in Cape Town, dropping the kids at school, people that were arrested, they come from this province, they come from Eshowe. Whether it's a whistleblower that was killed in Tembisa, people arrested, 6 of them that have been sent to prison, they come from this province. So it's a call that we need to do an extra as the people of this province, not just the police, but everybody. So the call is for all political parties, but all formations, including the non-governmental organization, to be part, the church, the clergy, and everybody, to say, can we do better as the people of this province, but also expand, because this violence is not only just here. What we have seen here, the extra killing of political bearers, the councillors, is in this province. The extra killing of traditional leaders and all that in this province. So far, it's important that we work together to curb, to make sure that this scourge of this violent province and its individuals that are violent comes to an end.
Thank you very much, Minister.
Thanks.
Well, that is the National Police Minister, General Bheki Cele, saying all hands on deck to fight the scourge of crime in this province. As he says, mostly criminals who are involved in violent crimes come from this province.